Data Center Transformation, which we at EPS Global hold annually in Frankfurt. I'm here with George Tchaparian, who is the CEO of Edgecore. We're delighted to have him here all the way from Taiwan. So let's talk Data Center Transformation.
Okay, so I think the first things first, the explosion of the data. It's been incredible in terms of the social media and all the things that we do, we buy online and everything. So data has been exploded. To accommodate that, the data centers have to have the infrastructure to support it. And hence the cost is going up, and they have to find a way to really reduce the cost. So what happened is the data explosion, infrastructure growth, bandwidth growth, power consumption, cooling, and all that. I dub it as an infrastructure. And on top of it, how you write your own specific applications and the software needed to be able to accommodate all the cloud and the related, let's say, all the needs through that application that you have to really accommodate. So those are the things that has been really going very fast in the last 5 years in terms of bandwidth and in terms of growth. Well, it's simple. Number one, it's cost, but this whole movement started by Facebook when they were able to really show the case that you need specific hardware for specific needs. You don't need everything else. Mm-hmm. They started with the server, of course, and they took that in terms of hardware, and then on top of it, the Linux revolution came, and then this movement went into switching. So what and how Edgecore benefits, or what Edgecore can do to solve the problem is, what we're trying to do is creating this whitebox hardware or disaggregated hardware, open networking hardware end-to-end. Mm-hmm. We started with, let's say, from a TOR to top of the rack, spine, double spine, super spine, core, and then moving all these into the telecom managed services enterprises. So Edgecore brings that kind of wealth of hardware because that's our core competency. And on top of it, all the enablement for software for let's say, companies to take this and benefit from the whitebox. The whitebox also gives you the ability not to be, let's say, pigeonholed into buying from, let's say, one vendor. Mm-hmm. Gives you the freedom, and also helps you tailor the application you need. It gives the software more power per se, and more tailored specific need that you can solve. Mm-hmm. So you can take the best hardware, the best software or network operating system. You work with the right people to really bring in the application on top of it with the use case. We call it data plane, control plane, and orchestration, and you can really create your own solution. And this way you can solve the problem of scale, because you can scale out instead of up, and you solve the problem of cost. Because a typical example of, let's say, old way versus new way of doing it with white box disaggregation, we believe, and we have done the statistics, and the data shows that you can go from 45 to 50%, sometimes 60% of CapEx mm-hmm. reduction. And if you do it right with the right people, you can also reduce your operating expenditure. So this is the whole concept, mm-hmm. taking the best of the breed and building a solution that is tailored to your specific need. I believe the first logical step would be to understand what you are trying to solve. Start from let's say, the end user or your specific need, and work backwards in terms of building, understanding what that application per se needs, and then how you support that application. Take it all the way down to the ASIC level, the merchant silicon switching ASIC, and then the hardware you need, the enablement software you need on top of it with the different operating system of what you're trying to solve. As an example, we have created this big ecosystem of software partners that really take our hardware and every one of them have this unique way of addressing the solution. Could be a packet transponder, packet broker, I apologize. Could be enterprise, could be data center, could be MSO, telecom. That's where packet transporter comes, and we have created this ecosystem so that they can take our hardware and where they want to take it in terms of the end solution and what they're trying to do. That's what is important. So start from the end means and then all the way back to the ASIC and then build it up. Okay. That's what I would say. And then find the best of the hardware, open hardware, the best of open software, could be commercial, could be open source, and on top of it, your orchestration and application. Like I said, the speed of what is required from a bandwidth point of view, we started with 3.2 terabyte, 6.4 terabyte, now the 400G with 12.8 terabyte. So that is where the bandwidth and the speed is needed. Mm-hmm. So we believe that we have the hardware already. We're the first in creating the 400G hardware. We believe that when the optics are ready, we believe that sometime mid 2019, depending who's going to run the race of making the optic, interoperable and ready to use. So maybe 2019, mid 2019 to end of 2019, I think we will see a lot of adoption. But it will be from the mega scale operators, the hyperscalers. But we also believe that the 100G will be there for a long time. Mm-hmm. And with the right breakout cables, etc., you still can probably use the 400G box if necessary for future proofing. So many reasons. Number one, we have a good chemistry with EPS. I like the professionalism. I like the global reach, and the trusting partner is very important for me, for Edgecore, for Acton Group. And you guys have been incredible in terms of reaching out, partnering, not competing, cooperating, finding the right balances of white spaces and helping each other. And I think we started to show that our investment is paying off in certain regions. We hope it will be also global. So we're thrilled to work with you, and we're happy to be your partner, and hopefully it's vice versa.
Yes, absolutely. Now we're delighted to work with Edgecore. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your time, and thanks for inviting us to this data center transformation. Appreciate it.